built this custom workbench and wanted to show off some of the ways I could use it. There are 6 wheels on the bottom. Moves around pretty easy. As you can see, it's kind of swaying a little bit. My floor is very uneven. This side has 3 locking casters. The other side doesn't lock, but it's plenty stable with just locking the one side. And then these tools easily come out. The miter saw will also fit under there. I had to slow down this next little piece because, as you can see here, I smacked my hands on the router table underneath and ended up slicing open my finger, which I didn't realize right away. But anyways, this is a custom vise here on the end of the table. I used 2 cheap pipe clamps that I got from Harbor Freight, a couple pipes that are about 34 inches long. They're not that difficult to adjust. You just reach underneath and then you can screw it to tighten them. There are several different ways to clamp things in here. You may notice that the clamps are not set an even distance from each side of the table. That's so that I had some different options for clamping on the sides, as I'll show here. So if I wanted to clamp something in over on this side to kind of get out of the way, or even something that was an odd shape like an L shape, you could clamp it in over the side. And it tightens up really tight, works well. Much cheaper than buying a custom vise. And you can see on my finger I put some blue tape to cover up so I stop bleeding. The 2 long sides of the table each have a 2-inch overhang to make it easy for clamping things on as you're working on pieces to sand them or plane them or do whatever. Quick adjustment. And they can also fit on the end of the table where there's a 12-inch overhang. Both sides of the table also have these magnetic tool holders, which makes it really easy to put something out of the way if you're working on top of the table. I don't know why I pulled this out, but you can obviously use tools on top of the table. Could clamp those down too as well if needed, as long as you can get up near the edge. And when I designed the table, I made sure to measure the top of my table saw so that I could use the workbench as an outfeed table if I'm ripping some long pieces of plywood or something like that. Didn't actually cut that, it was just a demo. In addition to being able to clamp under this 12-inch overhang, once I get a taller stool, it'd be nice to be able to sit and scoot kind of underneath there to work on something at the end. I mounted a couple of things for the router table underneath here out of the way. And then there's also a good place to store these bench dogs. They're also good as supports because the one side, if they're tilted up like this, they can easily support a piece for painting or staining. And then here I just made sure to rotate that router table around so I don't bash my finger on it again some other time.